Good morning, everyone. My name is Chris. This is the Otterline Report. We're diving into yesterday's results, headlines around the NHL, and today's picks. Thank you for tuning in. This is the only place, okay? This is the only place to get my picks. Used to post them on Reddit, Reddit, Discord, X. Just throwing them out there. We crushed. But now it's just a podcast. So thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you listening to the Otterline Report. We are trying to grow this thing. So this thing's only 2 months old, man. Like, this is only 2 months old. And in those 2 months, we've grown a lot. Some good things have happened. Now, in those 2 months, we've had success. Our win rates, what are we at for the month? Like underdog picks are at 59%. Diamond picks are at 62%. Power plays, 58%. My picks are at 61% for the month, a little bit lower all time. So we had some success. But I knew this day would come, and I have been dreading it. Dreading this day. But we're here. So let's talk about it. What happened? Well, the model went 1-7. My picks went 0-3. And the worst part about it, this is the part that kills me a little bit, is it was my last time posting free picks, say on Reddit. Like, I'll post them here and there, but it was kind of like I post them, I'm like, I'm not posting them here anymore. And of course, the world is like, boom, these are the ones that are going 0-3. So anyway, that was the universe saying you should post your picks for free around, which I'll do here and there, just not every single day, okay? Because I'm working really hard to build this stuff, provide value, and that 10 a month when people subscribe, it helps a lot. Like, if I can just break even on this, I'd be happy. But anyway, that's really beside the point. So let's go over yesterday's results, okay? So, like I said, model went 1-7. Now, let me show you something here. So there is a potential bright, well, there's always a bright side. So even when you have a losing night like that, like the model gets smarter, it learns, it adds to results, it makes signals more clear. But if we go down, so this is the lab. If you've seen my screen, this is where like I just test things. We're just testing stuff and trying to figure stuff out. So down here, I just recently implemented this. As you can see, there's not much data here. So what this is that you're looking at, let me zoom in, is since January 19th, so just a few days now, and it's tracking the relationship between consensus picks and combination picks. Now, what's the difference? Consensus just means 3 models or 4 or 5 agree on a pick. That's the consensus. It's consensus. The combo watch means maybe 3 models agreed on it, but these 2 that disagreed have a better win rate than those 3 models. So we look at the best combination out there. And potentially the best combination is just one single model. Like 4 models agree on a play, and when that has happened, it's won like 62% of the time. But this one model overall has like a 65% win rate. It's going to go with that. So it's looking at the combinations rather than just the consensus. So since the 19th, consensus has gone 12 wins, 20 losses, which is crazy. Now the thing is, I started tracking at the start of this losing streak, because it's like there's streaks, just like in sports. There's streaks. You're hot and you're cold. You're hot and you're cold. Because consensus overall is well above 50%. So like this number will work itself out. But in that cold streak, the combo watch has done 16 and 16, so it's at 50%. So after about a month or even just another 2 weeks, these numbers would be a lot more telling. And if it turns out that combos really are the way to go, I have a suspicion they may be, then that'll be a nice indicator about how we present the picks to you. Yeah. So anyway, so from the darkness of our losses, we're using these days to improve the model. So I wanted to touch on that. Another important thing, super important, is nights like this, 3 losses straight. Like I've never, like since I started doing my picks, 3 losses has never happened. Even if you win one game, it's an okay night. 3 losses really sucks. There's no way around it. It's not good. The thing about it is it goes to speak to just how important managing your bankroll is, and using that little calculator on the website, otterline.club/calculator, and actually bet your unit size and be consistent with it. Because with that calculator, like if you're balanced, you could survive 7 straight days of nothing but losses, which like statistically has got to be extremely low that it would happen. Like extremely low. Like I'm talking like 5% chance roughly, or maybe even less. So bankroll management, super important, because we could lose again tonight and you could just be like max depression and then go on a 12-game tear where we just dominate, streaks up and down, up and down, up and down. So we would rather this doesn't happen, but it did. And when you look at it, the model picked Detroit, close game, overtime, could have gone anyway. Model picked Carolina, overtime, shootout, could have easily gone either way. Model picked Winnipeg, overtime, shootout, could have gone any way. So it's kind of just the way things went. I mean, even the Ottawa game, they blew a 3-0 lead, right? So those games, like just one of those games go the other way, and it's like a bad night, but not so bad. Dallas couldn't score a goal; they lose 1-0. Like I think the games that we actually we straight up just lost. Edmonton was a heavy favorite. We totally got that one wrong. 6-2, they got dummied. Montreal, Buffalo straight up beat Montreal. It wasn't close. 3-0. They got 2 goals. They couldn't get back. So I accept those. But the other ones were close, man. They were close. This is also true when you win. Like those all could have won. And you got to think, damn, that's close. That's close. So when you click those signals, ideally they kind of reflect the data. So these have updated, which is actually kind of cool to see. So another thing to consider is like when you look at the Detroit Minnesota game, how close it was. The model is telling you just to pass on it. Like we can't decide on this one. Same with this game. What about this guy? Let's say there's an edge. So pretty much, so the only game that the model really, really loved was the Buffalo Montreal game, which we did lose on, but it happens. So we're living and learning. Rough night. But like I said, all these things teach the model. And when you look at the results for the week, I mean, diamond picks are still 3-2, 60%. I mean, that's they're very like diamond picks are very, very picky. So it's way fewer picks, but when they are picked, hopefully they win. Value, I just had a tough week, 3-4, 43%. I bet value that's still profitable because we're picking underdogs. I'm at 50% for the week, and power plays are at 14-13. So, I mean, on the month we're 58%. Like, it's probably bothering me more than anyone else. But anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. It's all good. Rough night. I get that. The worst part is the people that subscribed to premium yesterday, and this is the first night they hop in on the model, and they must be like, bro, what is this? Anyway, today what do we got going on today? So there's 2, 4, 6, 8 games in the NHL today. And what are the headlines that are affecting these games? Let's see what's going on here. Darcy Kemper cleared to rejoin Kings after neck scare. That's big for them. Anything else here? Charlie Coyle set to play in his 1,000th career game. And I'm just going through the basics, just checking out. So there's trade rumors that are tying the Pittsburgh Penguins to Jason Robertson. Trade speculation. So that could be interesting. That actually kind of seems like a pretty good fit, to be honest. Interesting. And Perron is out for 5 to 7 weeks for the Senators. So that's too bad for the Sens, who needed some help last night, obviously. So today we have, like I said, 2, 4, 6, 8 games on the board. Bound to be some underdogs win. You know, you got to think Philly, Colorado. Like, Colorado hasn't really been themselves since Landeskog got injured in that game against Florida. Then you have Vancouver. They finally got their win. Do they start kind of picking up some games here? Right? But I'm staying disciplined. I'm not going against the model. We got Dallas again tonight. Man, I don't want to pick them again, but we are. So my picks today are Seattle and Dallas. Now you might be saying, why? Well, let's look at the data. So basically the data, the model filters out a whole bunch of stuff. So let's take a look at the consensus tab. So presently we work on a consensus basis. Now this could change. But right now, consensus is how we have built the model. It's 53% win rate. But the model combinations are probably going to end up being the way we go. Okay, so how did I get to my picks? So my picks today. So here's all of the data that we kind of use. So we look at the odds. Each model has their pick here. And historically, we're tracking it each and every day. So although like consensus is how this is filtered, we are looking at combo models when you click into the game. So when we look at this game here, so Anaheim Ducks versus the Seattle Kraken. This combination of models has happened 55 times. And in that 55 times sample, it's won 66% of the time. So that gives us a bit of an edge. So here's the thing, is that it's also lost plenty. And this is why it's important to be consistent with your discipline and strategy. Like even if you feel like maybe Anaheim wins this game, you just take the pick, because over a month or two, if you picked it every time, you won 66% of the time. So you took some L's, but you were winning at the end of it, which is why we've been profitable. So this is one we are taking, right? And basically when you go over to the picks tab, it just filters all that for you. You don't got to look at all the consensus page and all the mumbo jumbo, the data that's there, unless you enjoy it. But here we're going to filter it for you. So we want high win rates here. So combinations that have a 56% win rate are filtered into the power plays. And if they have this kind of gold border or aura around it, that's a good signal. I mean, it's passing through multiple filters. So we like those. So we got our Seattle pick, the platinum pick, and then we also have the Dallas as a platinum pick. And from here, if you make it to the diamond pick, it means that you have a high win rate and you're also pretty good value, like you're not a heavy favorite. So Seattle is good value, 53% chance to win, almost 50-50, kind of a toss up. So we like that. So that's where that pick comes from. So today my picks are Seattle and Dallas. Now I hate picking Dallas, but we're just going by the numbers. 55 game sample, 65% win rate. I've watched these Dallas games. They have not looked good. They have not looked good. But Seattle on the St. Louis on the road has really struggled. 7-14. And Dallas at home's decent enough. But they're 3-5-2. Like, this is one of the best teams in the West, and they just are not looking great. So it's it's nerve wracking picking these teams when you're watching them play and they don't look good, right? But we need a bounce back. So I only picked two. I like doing three, but I'm only two because I'm not forcing picks, and the data is showing that there's really only two games that we can really justify. Now you could pick Colorado, but the market's telling us it has a 72% chance of winning, and our sample is only 65%. So like you're paying more money than you should for this pick. Like it's just not really worth it. If these odds were like 60% chance to win, I would go ahead and take that. But at this price, you're better off just picking Philly and praying, basically. So I got two picks on the board, but I yesterday I implemented NBA consensus. So for my third pick, I went ahead and picked up two NBA games with a half unit each. And these are both heavy underdogs. So yesterday I picked an NBA. Here's the thing. I don't know a lot about the NBA. I know very little. But I'm a data guy, okay? I work on numbers. So what was it? It was Charlotte over Orlando. The odds on that were bonkers. Like they had like a 30% chance to win, but the model liked it. So I took it and we won big. So I implemented on the website under it's a premium feature, NBA consensus, verified value. We're gonna start tracking these. And so tonight we're taking Atlanta and we're taking Denver. These are both heavy underdogs. Heavy underdogs. And I got half a unit on each. So that's where we're at. I'm not adding these picks to the front of the website until it's kind of tried and true. Because if this goes, like if we're doing this and the record's poor, I'm not going to add it. I don't want to lead people to the slaughter. But if you listen to the podcast, I appreciate it. Giving you some inside scoop here. So I've gone ahead. I picked Atlanta and Denver. The NBA numbers have been really good. Like really, really good. It's still pretty early, but like a 93 game sample size and a 65% win rate for some of these combos. So it's been really good. So these two games in particular have a 65% win rate, and this one has a 69% win rate with decent sample size. 55 games respectively, and what's this one? 65 games, and then this is CBS and Dunkel. So 206 game sample. So these are big samples with nice win rates. So well worth the risk. Well worth the risk. Like Denver, 33% chance to win. Historically, this bet has won 65% of the time. I'll take it. Half a unit, take it, no problem. So I'm packaging that as one pick, half a unit each. So that's where we're at. I know it's two, but in my mind, just let me have this. So that's where we're at. So if you are premium member of the Otterline, you now have NBA consensus picks. This is pretty much how I'm going to leave it, just like this. The NHL is pretty robust. There's all kinds of angles and things we look at. NBA, I'm going to leave it a little more basic, more passive, so it doesn't overwhelm me. But in the spring, baseball, it's game on. There's so much numbers available. We're going to do heavy baseball. I really like doing no run first innings, so we're going to figure that out in money lines. So the spring, baseball is going to be a lot of fun, I think, because there's so much data, so much. We're playing Moneyball. In the spring, it's Moneyball. We're doing Moneyball now in hockey. It's working. We're doing Moneyball, kind of. NBA seems to be working, unless these numbers level out and we go through some painful losing streaks. But yeah, so we're taking Atlanta and Denver tonight in the NBA. Tomorrow, I'll let you know how we did. Those are massive underdogs. If they win, those are huge win-ins. And then in the NHL, we've got Seattle and Dallas. Okay? Okay. All right. This is the Otterline. I'm Chris. Peace.